Do we have the text? Beautiful. Oh, I need to calibrate the board. All right. Okay, so I want us to look up here. I want us to think about what's been going on in our story. Let's recall what's happening. What has happened? Don't all talk at once. Or...
The most important recent development is that Archigas has decided that he's not going to lie anymore, and he tells the king what he did. And that was the last section.
Okay, so that he's not going to lie anymore. Is there a suggestion that he has lied up to this point?
Well, he did not, because he didn't lie, he just never said the truth.
Okay, all right.
He didn't follow the king's orders.
Okay, so how would we express the truth, Helena Katie?
What do you ask me?
Something ithun. Could we use ithun?
Okay, so we talked about ithus, all right?
Sorry.
Ithus as an adjective meaning straight. Okay, so we saw when he said or expressed a ithus logos, right? Okay, so that's one way that we could talk about the straight speech, right?
Hey aletheia.
Okay, hey aletheia. Hey aletheia, which is a feminine substantive. It's an abstract noun. Okay, from alethes, the adjective. Okay.
You also said that you didn't want to go on the Hodos. Sue. I don't know right. I'm not gonna get
Okay,
it right.
right, hodos. So we've got this spudes is the adjective, right? Spudes that is the opposite of alethes, right? Okay. What's another? So we've heard one other expression for expressing that which is the truth.
On time.
Ontos, okay? So it can be called on, logos, okay? The being, the one that is, the logos that is, okay?
Okay, so that's where ontology is?
That's exactly what ontology comes from, okay? So in Aristotle, it's called on, okay? The thing that is. Okay? Thing that is. Okay, good. All right, what else do we remember?
The king was really mad, but he wasn't gonna give it away right away.
Okay, all right. So how would we express the concept of anger?
Colon?
Kalos, okay. Kolos,
Colos.
right? Which one is which here? I guess it's this one. Okay, so kolos, right? Kolos, right? How might we also express this notion? Of someone being displeased or blaming someone else. This is the word for I blame someone. Starts with a moo.
Melon.
So melon, no, that means that's melo, which means I will do something. Okay, I'm about to do something. What?
Mempho?
Memphomai, very good. Excellent. Okay. Okay, what else has happened?
Does the king tell him the boy's there still?
Okay, the boy
He said something after he.
The boy is still alive. How would we express the concept that the boy survived, is still alive? Okay, no idea.
Perieste?
Periesta, kalasta. Okay. Periesta, okay? The boy is around, okay? Survived, periesta. What other forms of the verb to be have we seen? Adrian, ara Abby paresta timeron e ab esta. Abby. Paresta, kalasta, Abby paresta timeron, right? Tisemene parema.
Is there, is it present?
I'm present, okay? I'm present. Tisemene ab esta.
No.
Right? Ab esta, okay? Absent, right? Away, not here. Very good, all right? So, who are the characters that are playing this out?
Astuanes.
Astuages, Kalos, Harpagos,
Mithridates.
Mithridates,
Kyros.
Kyros, okay, Kalos, very good, all right? Bokulu, Mithridates, Kalos, Bokulu. Oops. Bukolos, okay, or Bukolos, okay, the cowherd. Very good. All right, so what do we think is going to happen here?
Diogenes is going to punish Sharpicus.
Okay, all right. So we're going to see an ongoing interaction between Astuages and Harpagos, right? Okay, good. What might that involve?
We talked about the greatest punishments,
Mhm.
or the worst fate. So Megista, that Megista Mere.
Mhm. But yes, but yeah, so moros, okay, moros, okay, kalos. So let's think about, so as we're anticipating these interactions among these characters, what are some of the things that we are going to expect? What has happened so far that would lead us to anticipate certain concepts that might be coming?
Diogenes is going to survive.
Cyrus, he does in fact survive, yes. Yes, we know that, because he founds an empire. Okay. What have we seen so far? What has happened?
And lots of conversation.
There's been conversation, so we're going to see what kind of words.
Indirect discourse.
We're going to see some indirect discourse, but what kind of words are what might begin indirect discourse?
Like Fama?
Lego, very good. Lego is one. Fama. Another one.
Oh, air cave, is that what that is?
Okay, all right, so we've got erota, all right, which means I have a question, right? Okay. Eromai, okay, I ask, okay. Eromai is this one. So we've got Lego, what are the principal parts of Lego? Ero,
Edible.
apon, okay. All right. Okay, and then we're going to see indirect discourse, which means what we're going to expect.
Accusatives.
Some accusatives and
Said that.
infinitives, some accusatives and infinitives. Or we might see, instead of that, we might see what conjunctions followed by finite clauses.
Hota?
Okay, hota, very good. Hota or hos, very good. Right. So there'll be conversations, right? What else? What else have we experienced so far?
A lot of men and doves.
Right, but I think I want you to think of the narrative, right? I want you to think of what we can expect based on what's happened so far. We've got conversations, right? But what else has happened?
Like commanding the speaker.
Okay, there's some commands, okay, right? What's the word for command?
Hello.
Kaleo, kalos,
In
intellota, okay, so intello. Very good.
What's the word for end? I was thinking that was it.
To intellutao. Good. Very good, okay, tellutao, from telos, okay? Telos, the end things, very good. All right, so what else? So we're going to be some commanding that's going to be going on, right? Some conversations.
There's a lot of like emphasis words, like this one here.
Right? I want you to think of the narrative, though. Okay? I want you to think of actions, people, events. What can you expect to happen?
Somewhere in the future, I feel like Kyros is going to want to have the throne back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's gonna happen. But he's only 10 now, so I'm
Right,
not
right.
sure what's gonna happen in the
Right.
meantime.
Right. Take me through what has happened since the incident where Cyrus orders the son of Artambares to perform something and he refuses. What has happened since then?
They brought, the Bukulos brought him to the king.
Okay.
And
What was that? What just happened there
Yeah, like,
in the narrative?
Harpagus? Was it Harpagus that realized that like the time of giving the child away was about the same time as the distance
Okay.
from
That's when they had this encounter. But what did you just describe? What happened?
Scene change, time jump.
There's a scene change. What happens?
They go from one place.
They go from one place to the other, right? Okay. How many times have you seen in these narratives people coming and going? Okay. A lot. So you need to expect that, right? You're going to expect words of movement, okay? You're going to expect words of conversation. You're going to expect words of movement, okay? And what might those words be? What words have we said? You have learned literally a million. Well, okay, maybe not a million, all right? But many words having to do with speaking, thinking, perceiving, but also words of moving, walking, going, coming, arriving, setting out, journeying. All of these words that you see again and again and again. What are they?
one,
Final.
The Dizu.
bino, and a whole variety of them, okay? So kata, right? Kata, bino. And in fact, we saw this in a metaphorical sense, right? Kata bine, okay? What does it mean in metaphorically? That we just saw.
Is that like picking back up? No, that's.
No. You're on the right track, though. Not picking back up, but
I just think that it is at the beginning, like the beginning of this last
Okay.
one.
the katabaine.
Went down.
He goes down, right? But that's in the literal sense. So katabaine can mean like I go down the stairs. It can also mean to climb down from a tree. But you've just seen it used in a metaphorical sense.
What was it, finish?
To finish, to complete, to get to the point, okay? To get down to, brass tacks, all of these idioms that we use, okay? We do the same sort of thing. So kata bino, bino. Someone said badidzo, right? Badidzo. Okay. Other words.
Pharaoh, or carry.
Okay, carry, but that's not, okay, all right. I'll go with it. Pharaoh, principal parts of Pharaoh. Pharaoh, oiso, enenkon. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to make 2 sets of flashcards. Okay, 2 sets of. Now I've said in the past that flashcards, that certain types of flashcards are not particularly effective. Okay, but I want you to design a set of flashcards which are very targeted in their use. Okay, all right. So 2 sets. 1 set, I want you to make flashcards of endings. Okay, so for example, on one side of the card would be ontos. Okay. And on the other side of the card, all of the endings, I don't want you to go into a grammar, okay? All right. I don't want you to look up charts. I want you to look at your readings, start with this reading that we're doing, and I want you to pull off those endings, and on one side of the card, I want you to write the ending, and on the other side of the card, I want you to put, what that ending means, okay? Okay. And so, for example, this one, on one side of the card would be ontos, and what would you put on the other side of the card?
Genitive singular?
Genitive singular, good. What else? Genitive singular.
Masculine.
Masculine, okay. Very good. So what kind of words do we see this ending on?
Participles.
Participles, very good, okay. We might also see this ending, yeah, that's exactly what you want to put on there, okay. Participial ending, masculine or neuter, genitive singular. Okay. What about on one side of the card, you're going to put that. What are you going to put on the other side? Dative, feminine, singular. Very good. From these alpha declensions. What else are you going to put on there?
Does that indicate subjunctive?
It is a subjunctive ending. Yeah. What subjunctive ending? Third person singular subjunctive. What else is it?
Is it ever participle in
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so usas. Well, I think what you want to do is put it with the rest of the participial, the usa, with the sigma, that sort of thing. So we've got feminine dative singular, good. We've got third person singular subjunctive, excellent. Don't be looking, Abby, don't be looking, be thinking.
Okay.
Okay, we're recalling. Okay, this is a very important thing about recalling. Even if you're not successful, this is an important thing, okay? The second person singular middle passive ending, right? Boulomai, boule, right? Okay, are you with me on that? Everybody remember what that is? Okay, so I want you to do, now again, I don't want you to look, I don't want you to go to a chart. I want you to just take the endings from the words in this selection, okay, and make on one side what the ending is, on the other side what the possible meanings are, okay? And this set will grow, all right? You might have, I don't know, 20, 25 to start off with. It might grow, right? But I want you to add to it as you come across a new ending, right? That's very important, this process, okay? So that's one set. This set, and here's how I want you to use them. This set, I want you to take with you all the time at least 10 or 12 of these from this set, right? And I want you to go through them at least twice a day. Okay? And you can do this, you can go through these like in a minute, right? You've got them. You're standing in the line, you're doing something, okay? You get up in the morning, you paste them on your mirror, whatever, okay? You go through these twice a day, right? Every day. These never go away. Okay? All right, so that's one set, and you can change them up, okay? You can have different sets, okay? Then for the second set, I want you to make verbs. And on one side, I want you to have the first person singular, like bino. And on the other side, I want you to put the principal parts. And I want you to practice your principal parts as all six. I'm going to send you.
No.
I'm going to send you a spreadsheet that has the principal parts on it. Okay. So this becomes just second nature, right? Twice a day. Okay, it's your vitamins. Okay, this is your mental, verbal vitamins. Okay, that you do this, and you don't have to go through all of them, but every day take with you 4 or 5 and go through those. Okay?
You said on the second side is the principal parts?
Principal parts. Yeah.
The first side is just like the first singular.
Yeah. You can mix it up if you want.
That was just like any verb on the first side and then
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, any form of the verb if you want. In fact, why don't you, that's a good thing to do. Why don't you just take, whatever form of the verb you see on there in your readings, and on the other side put the principal parts. That's an excellent suggestion. Thank you, Adrian. Well done. Good job. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, so what we've been doing today is something that you should do on a regular basis. Right? You shouldn't just dive into I'm going to do my homework. Okay? You should think about what the last reading was. You should think about what took place, what events took place. Ask yourself, what words do I know? What are the Greek words that can express those ideas? Okay? And then also, what can I expect in this coming session? Based on what I'm doing, what things am I going to do this? In English, we do this automatically, okay? We don't even, we are so efficient at doing this that it's a completely unconscious thing, okay? That when you step into your econ class, your mind has already says, oh wow, econ, all right, so what happened yesterday? So you're automatically starting to go back there, and your mind is already starting to adjust to the kinds of terms and expressions that you're going to hear, okay? You do this subconsciously in most of your things, because we're really good at processing language, and we're really good at processing language because we subconsciously go through, we have a mental model that we switch to when we go into the econ classroom. We are expecting certain sorts of things, okay? And we have to be very conscious and deliberate about it when we're acquiring a new language. We have to ask ourselves, well, what happened and what's going to happen, okay? Not in terms of just knowing what the story is, but in terms of encoding it in language. Okay? And it's really important that that you stop to try to do this mentally, right? And just don't sort of look things up immediately. Okay, that you try to do this in your mind, okay? And you can write it out, you can do some things, make little notes, and then as you go through it, you can refine that, okay? This is really important, this recall in terms of doing it, and anticipation, okay? Very good. And you don't, and again, I'm not saying, because Chris is now my witness, because you didn't spend 5 hours doing calculus, did you?
I didn't.
Thank you. Okay, what did you do?
I spent 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And looked at other things.
Very good. How did you do?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
I felt good about it.
You felt good about it. So I'm going to tell you a story about the concept of interleaving activities and spacing activities out. Okay. Here's a study, right, about baseball, because it's almost baseball season, right? Okay. This is a study that was done at Cal Poly, right, on their baseball team. They wanted to test the difference between this interleaved practice as opposed to what's called block practice. Okay? Batting practice. Okay, one group of athletes, baseball players, practiced hitting in the following manner: 45 pitches. Okay, 15 fastballs, 15 curveballs, 15 changeups. Right, so they went out to batting practice and they took their turns. Batter number 1 looked at 15 curveballs and practiced hitting curveballs. Okay? Group 2 went over there. The fastball, changeup, curveballs were randomized. But in the course of the batting practice, each one of those batters would see 15 of each. Okay? Who did better? What's that?
People who were in the randomized study.
When I say, okay, so this is really important. When I say who did better,
Oh, in the first time?
in the practice, who did better?
Oh, the 15 straight.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. And they got to be very good at it. Okay, they were really good. But they were not as good as the other players in game situations. The other players far outperformed the other ones. Okay? Now that's a good example where we think, when we mass practice and when we block practice, that we are doing really well, okay? Because the concepts get easier and we're really on a roll, okay? And we think we know it. But in fact, we don't. It's transitory. It sits on the upper level, upper thresholds of our memory, okay? We know about it really, but it's actually that interleaving and delayed and spaced practice that results in the best learning. So this is, but language, it really lends itself to this. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at noon, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes at night is like spending the whole day doing it, okay? Because you are working on developing the mental connections, the synapses that contribute to this, and things happen while you're actually not doing it. That's the cool thing about our brains, is that there's lots of things going on up there that we are unconscious of and that take place while we're doing other things. Okay? It's a miraculous thing. Very good. All right, excellent. How fun is that? Okay. All right, that's why I want you to mix it up, okay? Some principal parts, some endings, all that sort of thing, okay? All right, very good. Let's look at our reading, shall we? Are entertainment.
Could we look at genitive absolutes? You mentioned that in class the other day, and I can't really remember those. I think there is one in the later sentences. I thought there was one in the sentence that starts, "Os un testificus."
Ah, okay, all right. Yes, okay, very good. Yeah, in fact, there's one right there. Holy smokes. Kaboom. Pow. Genitive absolute, all right? So what's your question about the genitive absolute?
I just kind of like generally have an idea that they're independent clauses, but, and then I guess they come in the genitive form, which is what as a name, but,
Yeah.
I mean, is there more to know about it? or-
Is there any more to know about them? Well, we can talk about the tense of the participle, right? Because the tense of the participle, remember, is relative to the events in the action of the main clause, right? Okay, and so how would they relate? How would the tense of the participle relate to what's going on in the main clause?
Because if it were like in the past, it would be before whatever action occurs. And
Excellent.
Or if it were future, it'd be ahead of whatever. But if the main thing was in the past, it would still be like
Prior to that.
yeah. So you would use present even if it was set in the past because the main.
Okay.
Sorry.
So for example, if you want to indicate something that happens before something else, you use a past participle. Okay, and it doesn't matter what time that thing happened, right? It's going to be subsequent to that, right? If you want to express something that's taking place contemporaneous with events in the main clause, then you use the present participle. Okay, and it doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter what the tense of that main clause is. And if you want to express something that's going to take place subsequent to those events, you use the future. Okay, so here we've got, and it always involves some sort of nominal, and it involves some sort of participle, right? And typically speaking, whatever that nominal is neither the subject nor the object of the main clause. Okay, that's why it's called an absolute. It's separate from that. Okay, and it can have a whole range of meanings. It can have a causal meaning. It can have a temporal meaning. It can have a concessive meaning. It can have a whole variety of different meanings, depending upon what's going on, what kind of words were involved here, and some of the particles that are associated with it. Good, good. So let's just look at this first sentence and identify for me the endings that you're going to put on your cards.
Prove them.
Oh, start at sentence one.
I find.
Os, right? Good.
So it's nouns and verbs.
Every ending. Os.
A. No.
Well, this is just a particle. That ending is it's not an ending. In other words, it's not an inflection. On, very good. Look at them all. Isn't it curious that almost every word has an ending? F. Very good. That's a great one. Gosh, that's an awesome ending. What about this one? Got it already. It's there. Okay. Oh, look, we've got this one already. Oh, there's another one that we got already. Onos. All right. Good. Excellent. And when you go through the next reading, you're going to go through and see if you've got that. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So alla erotemata. Alright. Menu parakalo Chris, ton proton logon.
Right, so Arpagus,
Mm-hmm.
on the one hand,
Mhm.
having heard,
No, he
No.
find that.
he revealed,
He revealed.
okay, having revealed, is that?
Not having revealed, this is just,
Okay,
this is a regular, it's just the imperfect.
right, okay.
Okay.
So he revealed the straight word or the right word,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Straight speech.
okay, and Astyges, on the other hand,
Mhm.
that's hiding,
Hiding.
the anger
Uh-huh.
from, or the
Which?
which, okay, the anger which, he had, that had become,
This is from N and Echo.
so that he had
That he held
inside,
inside.
from
Altoy.
him, yeah, from Arpagus, right?
This is Harpagus, but what is the case?
Um, um,
It's going to refer back to Harpagus, right?
right, so is it, dating?
It's stated, okay? To, for, or by, right?
So I went
The
through,
anger that he had inside,
bought from,
not from, not
bought,
from,
as a result of.
but, well, toward,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So the
okay?
anger wasn't
An
from him, it
anger
was
at
anger.
some, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
okay,
All right, so the anger toward,
very good.
him,
Dia to gegonos,
is that like as a result of the happenings?
of the thing, of the result of the thing that happened.
Thing that
Excellent, excellent, okay?
happened. It was a long sentence.
Okay, it is a long sentence, but you're up for it,
All right,
I know you are.
So first,
So first,
on the one hand,
on the one hand, follows
is the happenings,
the happening,
okay,
the event.
which he heard from him,
Which,
I know.
autos,
which the king heard, or
the king autos. The king himself.
oh,
This is emphasizing that the king heard this. Now, why would that be significant?
because there's so many like nouns floating around.
Well, not so much that there are nouns floating around, but what have we seen happening?
He uses a lot of servants.
There are servants, and you remember Harpagus, had people that he would do things through,
Right.
right? So this is really important. He's emphasizing, Herodotus is saying that the king himself
Had heard from
heard
from the cowherd.
from the cowherd. Now, that's a significant thing. So the king is actually dealing, not having Harpagus or somebody else go off and dealing with Mithridates, but he himself heard this from the Bucolaus. Okay, that's
All
very
right,
good.
so is that what Colin?
No, he, again,
Again,
once again, over again, he ahegeto. This is apo, and hegeomai. Okay.
So. That he had learned, or that he had not learned, but,
Not learned. Hegeomai, tisimane hegeomai. Hegumai, I what?
Tell.
Okay, tell, okay, so this is really good. So
Okay.
hegeomai, all right, hang on just a second. Hegeomai has two meanings. The main meaning is I lead, all right? From which we get the word like hegemony or hegemon, okay? Means I lead, and it takes a dative case object. I lead someone, okay? It can mean very frequently in these compounded forms, okay? I mean, it can always mean he led out as well. Apo, hegeomai can mean that in a literal sense. But when it takes a direct object, in the accusative case, it frequently means that you go through or you lead, you can think of this kind of metaphorically, a series of ideas. Okay? You think, okay, you go through it. So for example, the word ex hegeomai, right? Means literally, I lead out of, okay, as in I explain, okay? So the exegesis, okay, exegesis is the explanation, right? Or it's in an oratorical or rhetorical context, it can mean the narrative, okay? It's the explanation, right? So this one, so he put it up here, okay? Which he heard, okay, himself from the Bukolos, he again, though,
Was like told or was.
he
led
told,
through
he went through again to
To Harpagus.
Harpagus, okay? In other words, he said, Harpagus, guess what I heard?
That's Chopragma.
The toprogma, yeah, the thing that happened, okay? That's what I heard. I heard that you got this guy and that you didn't do what I asked you to do, but that he did this and he's raised this child by himself and blah, 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 okay? All right, very good. Keep going.
Right. Is that after?
And after,
And after
uh-huh,
this, or
uh-huh. After he had Allelogeto.
okay, that's repeated, right?
That's right.
Okay,
And
after.
look, here's a little pollen right in there.
Oh, okay, got you.
There it is, okay?
Already. Okay,
And
so.
we've got Lego in there, okay?
Okay. So.
And remember we talked about that this is the pluperfect, okay? And after he had
Repeated it
repeated it, autoi,
to him.
to him,
He finished
he finished, okay, there's our word, katabino,
Mhm.
okay? He finished,
the word
no,
No,
he finished,
speech.
oh, this on, what kind of a name is that? As in on toss, remember this one we just talked about, on toss? What kind of a name is that? What is it, Justin?
Genitive singular.
Genitive singular of what kind of word, Adrian? Participle.
Having. Okay, so.
And what tense of the participle is this? Present.
All right, so.
So it's happening at the same time as
All right,
this.
so.
Came that he concluded,
You included.
saying.
Saying. Okay, saying.
Oh, and then what do we have here? What kind of speech is this?
Oh, indirect.
Indirect
Saying
discourse,
that.
indirect discourse saying that periesta,
Like around or existing or around.
existing,
Okay.
hopais periesta,
The child exists.
the child survived. The child is alive, okay? There you go, okay? And to gegonos ekekalos,
And the happenings are good.
and that which has happened, to gegonos ekekalos, is good. It's okay. You know what? The kid lived, still around, it's okay,
I feel like he's being a little.
it's all right, okay?
Not truthful.
Okay. Very good. Excellent, excellent. Who wants to do this next part?
We'll do it.
You'll do it, very good. Here, let's go down this far at least, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So, of this, of this thing, it's your making.
Okay, so he, F-A,
He said.
he said,
that.
so he said, okay. Legon,
He said the following.
he said, saying,
He said.
he said, saying,
He said saying.
okay.
Of
Ekemon, ekamnon,
something about the child. Something about this child.
yeah, the child is in there, but ekamnon. We've got to prepositional phrase here. Right? We've got a verb. We've got, what kind of word is this? No. It's going to be one of our endings.
What's an adverb?
It's an adverb. It's the adverbial ending. Okay? Because look, we just saw it right here.
Okay.
Right? So we've got an adverb, we've got a noun, we've got an adverb, we've got a prepositional phrase, and then we've got this object, dative case, phrase.
Right, okay.
So, ekhamnon. This is what he said. Ekhamnon.
Is the work is tiring? Is
Yeah, I'm pooped.
it's exhausting.
I'm exhausted.
Does it comes in that, like, I have, like, worked,
Calm
so,
Kamno means live. I'm tired. Okay? I'm tired out. I'm tired. Toy gar epoimeno. By the what?
Things you've done?
Not I have done, but the things that epoimeno, the thing which has been done,
Okay.
the thing that has been done, is ton paida tuton.
Of this child?
Not of, ace.
4? 2?
Two.
2.
Okay?
I'm exhausted by
Yeah.
the things done to this
The
child.
thing that has been done to
The
this
thing
child,
that
yeah.
has been done to this
Okay.
child.
Okay.
Okay.
I've just had it. I've just had it with the thing that has been done to this child. Megalos. I've had it. I'm done with this, okay? I'm very, I'm worn out, okay? And I epoiume. Here's another phrase with a little your ending card. And we just learned this idiomatic, and we've got this en elafroi. Uk en elafroi epoiome.
Not in, that had to be like, that has to do with like being light or nimble, right? And
Well-
that's Freud.
Well, elafros means that, right?
So epoiume,
This is poiomai, remember poiomai? Poiomai plus a, like peripolu or one of these things. I consider it
okay,
uk epoiume. I don't consider it en elafroi, in a light,
Considered a light
in a
thing.
light thing. In other words, I don't consider it inconsequential, okay? Having dia bedle menos. This is from dia and balo. What kind of word is that? It's an awesome word.
Is
It is passive. Yeah.
Is
This is one of those things you're going to put on your list, right?
Yeah.
Menos. Passive.
Is this a pluperfect?
It's not pluperfect, but it's a perfect passive participle. Having what? Having,
Through, thrown through, gone through,
yeah, but what would that,
like in this context?
Sure. Yeah. So for example, the thing that one diabolos is a diabole.
Oh, like a demon?
Yeah, we get diabolic from this.
Yeah.
So having diabeblemenos gatra tei eme.
The daughter,
Having done this to my daughter. What might that be? Tried to kill her son.
kicked her off.
Yeah, having this diabolo, having done this terrible thing to my daughter. Okay. having plotted, okay, having engineered this terrible thing against my daughter, okay? I'm really troubled by this, okay? I've just, all of the things that have happened to this poor child, and then the fact that I tried to have my grandson killed, okay? All right, very good. We'll see you tomorrow.